Welcome back to another episode of
Science with
Sarah.
and Dad. Yeah.
So today, we gave you a clue last week, didn't we, Sarah?
Yeah, we did.
About what we were going to be doing. Hannah, do you want to come say hi? Our director and camera person, as always, Hannah.
Hello.
Hannah, do you want to tell them what the clue was last week?
It was that it has to deal with the type of weather.
A type of weather. So what do you guys think it is? Sarah, do you know what we're going to be doing?
Rain, wind, clouds,
Those are all weather types of things.
sun,
But today,
storms.
Kind of. Yep, you are got it.
I
So
think I know what it is.
what is it?
Tornado in a bottle.
That's right. We're gonna make a tornado in a bottle. But are we gonna do it one way? On this channel, we like doing it many different ways. So we're gonna do it two different ways.
Like on our lemon volcano one.
And-
I don't check that one out.
Heads up for people, it's close to St. Patrick's Day, so we're gonna make our tornado green.
Yep, we're wearing green. We got some green glitter and some green food coloring.
Yaboo!
So we are actually gonna do something a little different because to do the second version of our tornado in a bottle, you need a piece of special equipment. But do we have that special equipment?
No, so we're gonna use bottle caps.
So we're gonna make it ourselves, and we're gonna show you how we're gonna make it, and we're gonna test out to see if it even works because we have not even tried it yet.
Whoa.
So
So as scientists do, if it doesn't work, they try again.
that's exactly right. So we're experimenting, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
So a tornado is a type of what's called a
Weather.
vortex.
A vortex.
Vortex.
Yeah.
And I know something that I learned in school.
What's that?
Scientists they use their life learning about tornadoes, and they go by tornadoes and risking their lives.
There are certain scientists that do that. That's right.
Why do they do that?
Because they want to understand tornadoes so they can help keep people safe. So, in our experiment, we're going to look at a vortex. And a vortex is simply something in fluid dynamics, which can be in water or in air, because air is actually a type of fluid, is when something starts spinning together really fast and creates kind of like a hole in the middle.
So, like, how do you spin
So,
this?
what can you think of in nature that's a vortex? We've already named one. What do we name already?
Tornado.
That's right. Hannah, do you have another one?
Whirlpool.
Whirlpool. That's exactly right. And there's another one when we used to live in Florida that we would get down there.
Storms.
Yeah, a special kind of storm.
Tornado.
Do you guys remember?
I know
Tornado.
what it is, but I can't remember the name.
It begins with the same
Hurricane.
first letter as your name. That's right. Hurricane.
Hurricane.
Ah!
And there's lots of other kinds. But let's get to our experiment.
Look at this.
So to do our experiment, our first version, we just need one bottle and a regular cap, and then some food coloring and some glitter. But our second version, we're actually going to put our bottles together, which is going to create a vortex a different way.
Like an hour.
And to do that, we need two bottle caps,
So we're first gonna.
but we need to drill a hole through it. And we're going to use a 1-inch diameter drill, and I think that should work for us, but we'll find out soon enough.
So we're gonna make like ours a little later, I think, in the show.
We're going to do it next, and we'll film that as well. And we're going to use two different kinds of glue. We got some super glue and some Gorilla Glue. We are not
Super glue?
sponsored. Wish we were. And we are going to connect these with our glue and then maybe put a little tape around it to see if that holds. So that is what we are about to go do. So follow us out there and come check it out. To connect the two bottles, so you can actually buy something. It's called a Vortex adapter that connects two bottles together. But we're going to try making your own, like we said. And all you need to do is get two caps and drill out the centers like we did. Be very careful and use protective wear and have adult help you, very important. But once you have them drilled out like this, so they look like this, versus this is a regular one, we are now going to try and glue these together very carefully. And we're gonna use some very, very strong glues, so make sure you have an adult help with super glue and Gorilla Glues. And so let's start gluing, and then we're gonna maybe tape it together. So what we're gonna do is use some super glue, and that's why we have the toothpick, because my super glue end is glued shut. So we're just gonna take our toothpick and put it in.
Wow, that's...
Now I'm gonna do this part, Sarah, because you know, this is very, very super strong glue. It's why it's called super glue.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna put a little bit of dab around the edge. I have some wax paper down to help pick up any falling glue.
It would kind of be good if we had like a paintbrush.
Yeah.
That would be good too.
And let's see here, we're gonna put those two together and hold really tight for a second. And this is looking pretty good. It's sealing up pretty well. I might not even need the other glue. I think what I might do, yes, Hannah?
Does it matter if they're a little like crooked and there's like a little spot?
Probably not. I think ideally it's fully sealed, and that's why right now I'm putting a little bit more glue around the outside edge, and I think this is going to help put a little bit of a final seal around the whole thing so that nothing can get through. And let's go ahead and put a little bit of tape on it. Why not, right?
Just to make sure.
Yep, just to make sure this is fully put together.
And ladies and gentlemen, as you know, it is close to St. Patrick's Day. So here's a little fact about if you get cursed by a leprechaun. If you get cursed, by the way, you will, at least do like a leprechaun skull, you will be cursed for like the rest of your life.
Unless you've catched the leprechaun and you have to give it whatever it wants. And then you won't be cursed. But you have to do that by St. Patrick's Day.
Well, there you go. Some St. Patty's Day leprechaun facts for you. All right. And we're almost done.
That's kind of perfect because pots of gold for St. Patrick's Day are black, as some of you know.
Yeah.
And if you don't know anything about leprechauns, search it up on YouTube.
And leprechaun, and you can attract a leprechaun with shiny gold things and like little stuff that looks expensive because leprechauns love those stuff.
All right. So what do you think, Sarah?
I think it looks like a sushi roll.
It looks like a sushi roll. I
It
think
does
you're
a
right.
little.
So let's put the glues away, and we're gonna throw this away, and we are gonna fill this up about 3/4 full of water, and then once we do, we'll be right back.
That felt so weird.
So now that we have our bottle about 3/4 full, we have 2 different kinds of cap. Which one do you think we need for just this one?
This one.
That's right, not our special one. We're gonna let this sit for a minute. Before we put the cap on.
All right.
It'll work with just water, but we want to make it special for the camera, don't we?
Uh-huh.
What do you think? Should we go with, say,
4 drops. I think we're getting rid
let's
of
do 4 and see what it looks like. All right, let's.
Now shake it up a little.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the cap on just to shake it up to see what kind of color we got.
Ooh, that's pretty.
What do you think? Is that
That's
good?
St. Patrick's Day.
Or a little darker or no?
I think a little darker.
So we think
Like
2
that.
more drops?
Yeah, 2 more drops.
Okay.
That kind of looks like your
4?
shirt. 5?
Oh, we got 7 in there. That's okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's
we're
put.
gonna, oh, we almost forgot about the glitter.
Yep, let's put the top on so we don't get food coloring everywhere.
Yeah, that would just be crazy.
So let's mix this up a little bit.
That green kind of looks like your shirt, Daddy.
Yeah, it's perfect, huh?
Mhm.
It's now using our funnel. We can pour a little bit of glitter just to sparkle it up. We don't need too much in here. We go a little bit more. Tap it a little bit.
It goes out really good.
Yeah, let's see here. Oop. We gotta get this out of the way. It's looking good. What do you think? You want to shake a little bit more in here?
Yeah.
All right, I think that's gonna be good.
Now time for the little extra green.
A little extra
'Cause
green.
Leprechauns love green.
Maybe we should have put some gold in there.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that would be good.
Uh-huh, that would have been cool looking.
Oh,
A
that
little
looks
too
good.
much.
No, that's perfect.
No, I like it.
Okay.
Now let's shake it up and try to make a tornado.
All right, so we'll put the top on pretty good. Let's move these out of the way.
Oh, look, some glitters are falling down.
See if we can shake it. So how do you think we would make a vortex?
I don't know, wait.
Do you think just shaking it makes a vortex?
No.
I don't think
Yeah.
so.
Because there's something called centripetal force. And centripetal force is really just kind of an outward force. And if you keep applying it in this in a circular fashion, then it kind of keeps following itself and allows you to create a circle. And it keeps the water against the side, which creates our vortex in the middle.
I think I've done that.
So you kind of were doing it right, that we need to spin it. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn it upside down, and then we are gonna spin it like this. Let's see if we can get it going. And look, do you see the little vortex?
So cool.
Do it again.
You wanna try it?
Do it.
So let's spin, you got it really fast, in a circle. And look, if you go from, let me see if we can get it spinning one more time.
Looks really cool.
And look, you can see all the glitter spinning into a circle.
Cool.
What do you think?
That looks like a tornado to me. And here's a fact about tornadoes. Tornadoes can suck up anything.
Yeah, they can be pretty dangerous. Yes, Hannah.
Why do when you spin it, the one that's spinning like the tornado, why does it look darker?
I don't know. Maybe because the water is kind of condensed or are pulling together, so it's getting a little bit more dense. So there's more water and more food coloring. I don't know.
Maybe.
So that was our first version, and that worked pretty okay, right?
Yeah.
But I think we can do better. Do you want to go get the other bottle for us real quick? It's right over there. And we are going to try out our special new cap for the first time. Let's see how this goes.
I'm gonna go get, how about we add a little more sparkle?
I think we're good. Maybe let's try this first.
And
So we
see
got
if
this
it
side
is-
of the cap on. You want to turn this bottle upside down. And we're going to turn it like this. Keep turning, keep
And
turning.
maybe we can take the first bottle off and then we can like add a little more glitter.
So,
Let's,
do you think if we just turn it upside down, it'll make a vortex?
No.
Let's try it. Let's see if we just turn it upside down, what happens?
It kinda-
What's happening?
It's going along.
It's just, there's something called air pressure going on, because this was filled
Oh,
with
it's wet.
air.
Now it's wet.
Yeah, we're leaking a little bit, huh? Not too bad.
Nah.
Not too bad for a homemade version. That right now there's air in here, and you can see the air is pushing up as this slowly comes down. Hang on. And so,
I think we gotta spin it.
yep. So I think you're right, because that was just kind of letting air up and water down, because gravity is pulling the water down and the air was pushing itself up.
I think
So
I have an idea so it won't like get the water all over our
thank
table.
you, Miss Hannah.
I think we should like take away like right there and right there so
Yeah.
it won't leak.
That's a good idea, but I think we're okay. It was just a little bit of water.
Yeah.
How about
So-
we add a little more glitter?
I think well, let's try this first. I think you were onto something by trying to spin it again.
Spin.
And I think we only need to do it just a little bit. So let's turn it. We're going to turn it upside down, and you're going to help me spin. You ready? 1, 2, 3, and spin. And let's see here. Oh my goodness, look at that.
Oh, that looks
Look-
so
look at that.
cool.
Look how big that vortex is.
That
Can we
looks
add a
so
little more
cool.
glitter maybe?
Sure, we can add a little bit more
Okay,
glitter.
I'll go get some.
Fun.
Let's see
And-
if it makes a little more sparkle. Go on.
All right, we ready to try this?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can shake up the glitter a little bit. All right, you
That
ready to
was
help me
so
turn it
cool.
upside down and spin it?
Mhm.
You ready? 1, 2, 3, spin. Look at that tornado
It went
go.
a little more faster. I don't feel a lot of water. I don't feel a lot of water.
Do you see the vortex? How cool is that? Look, we don't even need to spin it a whole lot. Do you
That
see the
looks
vortex
so
up in there?
cool.
I love that glitter.
Yeah.
I'm
Ready to do it
totally
one more
keeping
time?
this.
This kind of reminds
So
me
this is
of a
definitely
lava
even
lamp.
way better than the other vortex, huh?
It's like a waterfall at the end.
All right. So what do you think? We made vortexes 2 different ways. So what's a vortex?
It's like the water, like, or a tornado.
Spinning around.
It's so fast that, like, sometimes you can't even see it.
And what do you think's inside the vortex?
Water.
It's actually air, right? Because all the water is stuck to the outside.
Actually, it was water
And-
because we actually only had water.
But look, inside of there, there's air.
You're so letting me keep this.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. So that's it for this week of
Science with Sarah and
Dad
And leprechauns.
and Leprechauns.
Yay!
All right. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye. Can I have it now?